How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. So I've got another cool app for you, and either I am totally tripping or there's no other video out there on this app right now, and I can't believe it because this is a very, very cool app when it comes to flying your DJI drones. I gave you information on how to fly your DJI Mavic and your DJI drones without using the Google goggles. I mean the Mavic goggles, and this is a similar video where you're going to use a totally different app that I came across. In fact, one of you guys told me about it, and the app is called Cavu. So let's take a look at Cavu. Let me show you the things that it can do. So when it comes to software, you got a few different applications out there that you can actually download instead of DJI Go 4, and they all have their perks. When it comes to DJI Go 4, you have editing, you have flight modes, you have all of your parameters and settings that you can set up. And when you go to Litchi, sort of like DJI Go 4, you can set up all of your parameters for your height of return and your return to home and everything, but you have the added support of FPV, and Cavu sort of is another step past that. You don't have some features that you have in Litchi and you have in DJI Go 4. You do not have, at least I can't find them, any flight parameters that you can set up. It sort of just runs as an external application, sort of like the augmented reality app that I showed you, where it will fly your drone, but you don't have any ability to set any parameters. And that's the only thing right now that kind of worries me about this. While the app is very, very cool, I can't go in and find out whether or not my return to home height is at 300 meters where I want it to be. I also can't go in and find out whether or not all of my obstacle avoidance sensors are on like I usually have them on any other applications. But other than that, this software is very, very cool, and I like it because it does one thing that the other software that I did showed you, Litchi, can't do. If you remember my other video, I said, hey, I can't fly this thing because I don't have a spotter, and having these goggles on violates the FAA rules of keeping your drone in line of sight. So with these goggle sets that you get, the VR box goggle sets, I don't know if you've ever got one of these, but if you don't got one, most of them have this little door right here that you can pop off like that. And what that allows you to do is that allows you to take your camera phone when you mount it and the camera is exposed. That is to run augmented reality apps for your phone. So you can wear these goggles and walk around and see Pokemon and Dragon and shit flying around. So that's what that's for. But what this app allows you to do is allows you to use this as a picture-in-a-picture setup. So what you can do is you can actually see what's going on using your phone's camera. You can switch from your picture from your phone or the picture from your camera, whatever view you choose to see best. So if I hear somebody walking, I can switch over with C2, look over and see the person coming from my left or from my right or from behind me or whatever. And then when I'm clear, I know I'm clear, there's nobody walking in front of me, I flip back the drone view and have the ground view in the small picture-in-picture window. So I got Cavu up and running right now. I wanted to record and show you what this thing can do. I'm just gonna hold the phone handheld. And this is the actual setup of Cavu. When you look at this through your VR goggles, you actually see like a three-dimensional overlay. So the start your motors is actually closer to you than what you see in the background, and all of your you can't hardly see them. I can't see them because I'm out in the daylight. But you have all of your flight parameters or your HUD details on the bottom. So you got your minutes of trial. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, this is a $10 software. So yeah, you got to pay $10 to get the full version of it, or else it's going to be a 5-minute timer that takes down every time you take off or you start the propellers. But after, if you want to pay $10 for it, I probably wouldn't right now because it's got a couple bugs in it that I would want to get worked out first. And I want to be able to make sure that I go and I can probably check some parameters when it comes to flying, height, return to home, and all that other stuff. But it has an on-screen HUD display, so you can kind of see your altitude, you can see your distances, and I can't see them all from here because I don't have it in the goggles. If I had it in the goggles, I'd be able to see it. But what you got, and I showed you, and this is what I told you about, you have your picture-in-a-picture display. Now you see what the Mavic sees in the big screen, and you see what is on the ground in the little screen. This can only control your pitch. So when you compare this to Litchi has the ability to control your pitch, to control your yaw, and if you put it in joystick mode, which I haven't tried because I'm not big on FPV, I'm not even gonna lie to you, because when I'm filming, I'm using cinematic footage. I want it nice and smooth and straight. And what I've seen, this is one of the reasons why I don't want to buy the the DJI goggles, is because I've seen guys with those headsets on, and they got it in whatever mode controls the gimbal, and they're just can't keep their head straight because the thing probably weighs a decent amount of weight. So you're trying to keep your head straight, and you can see the camera moving all over the place. So that's why I don't use it. So you only can control your pitch with this. You have to actually fly your yaw, and you have to fly straight forward and everything else. You cannot use any of your flight modes because there's nothing set in here for flight modes. So here's what I like about it. Like I said, I totally like the app. So let's go across the top so I can kind of show you what's going on here. And I don't know if you can see this in my camera or here. Maybe you can because I'm kind of got 3 cameras going on. You have your VR goggle mode. So say you don't want to use this in VR mode, you can go to full screen mode. And you can still switch from camera on the phone or camera on the drone. You go like that, and it switches over. So this is the drone. This is the phone. Okay, so you can mount this in a tripod and just fly this FPV like you would, or mount it to your standard clip that you would mount a phone or tablet to, and fly it that way. So I'm going to go back to FPV mode. Now I got a whole bunch of settings on this side of the screen, so I'm going to go back to FPV mode, and across the top, because all of these goggles are not built the same, you have set up for how your picture looks to adjust it for your eyes. So there you go. I can take picture-to-picture off, so now you just have your standard windows and put picture-to-picture back on. I like picture-to-picture, like I said. It allows me to see both images. You can set up your screen. So when I click this button, what you can see is it's giving me the option to move things around. So I can move and adjust the windows that I'm seeing to adjust them for my eyes. And you can also, if you do this, click to the next one, you can adjust the picture-in-a-picture around. So you can see and move that around where you like it best. And here's how you control. If I turn this on, there you go. So now this is how you control the pitch. I'll switch back to the camera view. Actually, it is in camera view. So as you can see, it's pitching down. Let's see the table. It's pitching up. And you go over again. So HD support on this one, I don't know if it's a perk or benefit or not. On this one, unlike the DJI Go 4, DJI Go 4 has crashed on my phone because my phone was running in quad HD resolution. So I had to lower my resolution on my Samsung to get DJI Go 4 to run. Not sure about Litchi. This one's able to run in quad HD, but the DJI Mavic doesn't broadcast in quad HD. It broadcasts in 720 or 1080 depending on the distance from the drone. You got Bluetooth connection. I also have, for this headset, I have a set, not a set, but I have a little Bluetooth remote control that I use for gaming or taking pictures. That is used if you want to use this for your Phantom 3. Your Phantom 3 doesn't have all of the H2s and all of the buttons that this has, and since this is in your headset, you can't do any of the things like take pictures or start recording or anything like that. So with a Bluetooth remote control, which I have, you can set up the buttons to do recording or take a picture or scroll around on your screen. That's another great feature about this. I like it. I like it a lot. They thought about the guys who don't have the latest, greatest DJI drone. So, excuse me, they got it. I'm going to tell you, they got it. I would love for them to add parameters on this thing so I can see what, like I said, I can see what's happening to my drone. I can see that I know that the elevation for return to home is set at 100 meters. My sensors are on or whatever. All that stuff that I can do with DJI Go 4. I'm not sure that's ported or transported over when you set it up in DJI Go 4 into the drone and it automatically knows it by this app. And since I'm not sure, I'm not going to tell you that it can do it. I'm going to try this out a couple of times and I'm going to see, I'm not going to fly it far, but I'm going to see how it responds. See how it, handles the drone. When we did it with the augmented reality, it handled the drone beautifully. Hopefully this will do it, and probably I'll fire this up one time since I don't need a spotter anymore and see if I get up off the ground. But I like it. Now, when it comes to bugginess, this is what the bugginess is. I tried this one, and on this, you can actually control, there's a couple of things that you control with this. This C5 button, which usually allows you to control the zoom or change your camera modes when you're in DJI 4 or even in Litchi. This actually allows you to zoom. So let me see if it's set up right now in the zoom. So if I do this, see how it says invalid parameters? Right now, it is not zooming in on the drone camera. It's not allowing me to zoom on the drone camera. Now, if I switch this over, I switch over to C2, and I switch this over to phone view, you can actually go the other way, zoom in on your phone. It controls your phone view. So again, not needing a spotter, I could probably use this to see something back in the field because the perspective of this, you know how cameras work. The things in the distance are a lot closer than they are in the camera's perspective. So you can zoom in to get a one-to-one perspective so that you can see what's going on in the distance, or you can see what's closer to you, how close things are to you. I love it. So bugginess, the only thing that I think is bugginess is that aspect of it. It's not controlling the DJI camera unless it's not supposed to. That's a bug that I would like for them to fix, because I do like the fact that I can zoom in on my DJI drone and stay away from the trees and stay away from people. So I really like this software. I'm going to put this in the headset. I'm going to fire it up. I'm going to take it up in the air. I've never flown the DJI first person or FPV. So this will be my first experience ever flying FPV. The sun's going down. I'm going to get in the headset and I'm going to get it up in the air, guys. Let's take a look at it. Okay. get in the headset. And also, you can't see it now because the camera, my screen recording has been turned off. But if you do this, if you cover up the proximity sensor, it takes out all of that stuff on the top. And I really can't see with my vision. Maybe because I don't have glasses, I can't really see that. I can't get it to focus. Everything on the screen I can get the focus in, but everything on the top I can't see. It's blurry. I don't need to see it anyway. It kind of tells me what's going on, but I've already set those parameters before I put it into the actual goggles, so I don't need to do it. But that's the only other thing that I don't know why it's there. Maybe if this was sitting closer to your face, it would turn off. It would turn off that screen or those upper parameter settings. But for now, it does nothing. So let me get this on. Let's get this adjusted and see how this thing flies. Here's my controller. I love being able to see both, by the way, because I am totally blind. There's somebody walking behind me over there. He's setting up an airplane. So maybe after this, we'll do a little go over and see what he's doing. So let's get this up in the air and let's try this out. First time FPV. Let's go. Okay, turn on my camera. I am now recording. Another cool thing about this, which you are not able to see, I love that I can see you, is the fact that now I got an indicator right up in this picture here that shows me that I am recording. I don't know how many times I've been up in the air and forgot to hit the record button. I wish I can actually get the camera on the phone and record at the same time. I don't think I can. So there's my drone. I can see it. I'm going to switch to drone view. I'm going to keep looking at you because I'm flying FPV. Okay, I'm going to focus this because it looks like it's out of focus. It is now in focus. And I'm going to take it up. Let's punch it. And I'm going to look down. So all you FPV guys right now, this is what I get to see, huh? It's what you see when you're flying an FPV. I cannot control the yaw. So I'm going to have to control the yaw with the controller. I can look down. Let's try a fly forward to see if it keeps a smooth cinematic look to it. I'm going to look down while I'm doing it. Now this I can deal with, because I can look where I want to fly and get a smooth cinematic. But you can see the camera's tilting up just a little. And I don't like that. I like it to stay where it is, but I don't mind it either. It actually works. I'm going to switch back, and if you can't see this because of screen recording, there's also this little airplane on the screen right now that tells me the direction that my drone is flying, and that starts pointing in the direction that your camera's pointing when you first take off. So let's go up and let's switch back to this view. Can I see my drone from here? I can see my drone. I can actually zoom in on my drone if I wanted to. This is pretty cool. Yes, I can do all that. So I'm going to bring it back down. I'm going to switch back to camera view from the drone. I'm going to look down. I'm going to try to find myself. I'm not used to flying FPV, guys. I know I'm somewhere behind this thing. There I am right there. I can see myself. I'm going to fly forward to myself. I'm going to start to bring it down. So I know there's nothing over here, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, I got to switch back to find my drone again. Where is it? It's right over my head. Alright. Let me bring it down. Now I'm going to switch back to drone view. I'm going to look down and see if I can see myself again. There I am. I'm going to fly forward a little bit. Bring it down. Now one thing about this FPV stuff, guys, which I can't see, is how far this thing is above my head. So I'm going to take a little peek. Oh, it's very close. So now that I got it within view, I'm going to actually bring this down because I don't know where the ground is, and I'm going to land it under line of sight. Love it. Love this app. First time flying FPV with some kind of high def resolution. I got the Racer out today, and I've flown the Racer with the racing camera. Nothing like what I see here. And I'm not gonna lie, I could see it being useful. FPV, I always thought, hey, for cinematics, I could go with the tablet, or I can go with the phone and do the same thing. This has its use, it has its purpose. So I'm gonna end this video and I wanted to let you guys know about. I wanted to let you know about Cavu. Go out and check it out. Leave some comments. Leave some information for me where I can go out and find out more about it. And I will definitely get back to you soon with more information if I find any. Again, thank you everybody for watching and supporting and subscribing to the vlog. Over 1,000 subscribers, over 1,100 I think at the time of this post. I really appreciate it. Giveaways are coming. So again, just subscribe, Big Ball Vlogs. And when I go and do those giveaways, click the little bell I think it is and let you know when that is going to happen. And I'll get back to you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.